Okay. Now, this most definitely isn't my normal style of video, and I didn't want to make it. I know a lot of content creators say that, but I feel as though this video is very important as a general warning to anyone that sees this or is in the Evolution/Evolution Squad community. If you do want to skip around, I will have chapters in the description, so if you are already informed on certain portions, it'll hopefully be easy to navigate. I implore you to share this video around, or at least this information, so he can't hurt anyone else. Thank you. General disclaimer, this video contains discussion of topics that are on screen, but are not meant for the younger crowd of people, so please click off if you are a part of that group. Now, MarcSaquing, I think I'm getting that right, is a YouTuber and animator for the Evolution Squad community. He is currently sitting at around 12k subscribers at the time of making this video, and around 8 months ago, he was exposed for being in a romantic relationship with a 16-year-old. He was 21. Making NSFW art of minors. He also partaked in NSFW conversation with people he knew were minors. And finally, a cavalcade of other bad things, which are smaller potatoes compared to the really bad stuff. Allegedly. He allegedly did this stuff. You can make a decision based on the evidence I provide you. This section is just going to be me gliding over the lesser stuff mentioned in the document and stuff I gathered, as well as the evidence Google Drive. These are not nearly as bad as the other stuff, but for the sake of hitting 15 birds with one stone, I feel the need to mention these. Also, the document makes a point of him guilt tripping, which, I don't really care. There are more important things to discuss rather than him crying about being exposed. Now let's get to it. There are Discord screenshots of Mark saying and sending weird stuff. Nothing too explicit, but definitely nothing you would be sending in a chat with minors. Or at least the context that he puts it in. Like this image right here. I just want to say that there's nothing NSFW about this image. It is just a harmless beach picture, but I won't take any chances, so it's censored. But as you can see, just given what he wrote, it's kind of clear that it's meant to be a suggestive post. Other stuff includes him asking someone to send him Sylveon NSFW. I do not know how old the person is, but I assume they are an adult. If I need to be corrected, though, let me know. I could be wrong. Here's a screenshot that connects him to the ... account, although I figured you would know that. Among other less important stuff, like him making mock NSFW of Speed and Lazuli, the Evolution Squad community, as far as I have seen, is really fucking confusing with the ages of these characters. I have seen people say that they are 16, while some say they are up to the ages of 20. But given the document says they are 16, I will treat it as such. I don't have much else to add, just the fact that he did it and he is gross for doing it. Okay, so this all comes from the doc, and yes, I am well aware that Discord screenshots are easy to fake, but given the other stuff I've seen, I feel inclined to believe it, as there is too much stuff pointing to majority of these photos being real. Anyways, take an excerpt from the document. Having a romantic relationship with a 16-year-old while being 21 years old, which is absolutely disgusting. You are old enough to understand what's right and what's wrong. He knew that they were below 18 and still made the decision to have a romantic relationship with them. Below this claim provides a handful of screenshots. I won't read all of them, but I will read the important ones. Do keep in mind, Eve Kitty is the minor in question. Starting off with Mark saying, "I'm guilty." Then someone says, "Are you and Eve Kitty's friends or more?" Mark responds, "I dated a minor, Eve Kitty, not real life." Someone else responds, did you know their age while dating? Then another one responds, motherfucker. And then he says, yes. This conversation continues. Was the relationship romantic? We need an answer, man. I'm going to lose it. Stop dodging the question. And he responds, it's a romantic relationship. They are fucking 16. Oh, God. And you're 21. Fucking 5-year age gap? And then he responds, I mess up. The rest of said conversation is him crying about stuff and acting like he's the victim, which, not shocking at all. I mean, the document does make a point of him guilt tripping, but while these screenshots are of his private conversations when the whole situation went down, I was monitoring in his server to understand what the fuck was going on, and he did say this. He said this live, like, I witnessed this message go out. As far as I'm concerned, this is evidence enough for me, but obviously, because they are Discord screenshots, which are infamously easy to fake, feel free to take them with a grain of salt. He has not provided any sort of evidence to the contrary. Finally, here's the stuff of him making NSFW art of minors. Now, this is probably the most damning claim in this video because in the evidence drive, there is pictures and a GIF of the art that he made. I won't be showing them, but I will provide the evidence that he knew these people were minors, and some of the safe stuff I can show. Scout is Glaceon Game in these depictions and is 100% a minor. I came to the conclusion that Scout was the Glaceon due to him talking weirdly about Scout's ice cream. You can kind of guess what that is. This image confirmed my suspicions. Glaceon Gaming was mentioned in the document, and as helpful as the document is, I do find this section kind of gross. It feels distasteful because he wasn't immediately against Mark. Glaceon Gaming, as far as I am concerned, is a victim of Mark, and to act so violently against him is just kind of gross and comes off as you victim blaming. The other person I feel the need to mention is a Leafeon that is named Duncan. According to these screenshots, which leads me to mention that Mark animated these two minors that he knew were minors having sex. His watermark is literally in the GIF. Either he's just really fucking cocky or really fucking stupid. Also in the evidence drive, there is conversations and drawing pertaining to a different set of minors by the names of Snow and Green, and he drew them in bed very clearly after sex. And before anyone says that he could have possibly not known the ages, well, why don't you hear it from the horse's mouth? He was aware. More than aware. At his grown fucking age. I have nothing more to say. Fuck you, Mark. Leave the Evolution Squad community and never touch the internet again. You can cry all you want or get your fans to fucking attack me. I don't care. I'm shocked you were even allowed to come back after all of this shit. And to anyone that still comments and watches this content, please stop. If this video hasn't convinced you, then I hope me straight up saying for you to stop will make you stop. Unless I see evidence to the contrary, Mark seems pretty goddamn guilty. My name is Carbon. I'll see you all next video.